Hello, as you can see, I'm not in my bedroom. I am with Vicky. And Vicky, if you want to just introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi guys, I'm Vicky Ngari-Wilson. I am a social innovator in the creative industries.
And what does that mean? Because that is a very cool title, but not a lot of people will know what it means, so...
Yeah, okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I started my career in fashion and then became a beauty queen, which kind of launched me in all these international development platforms where I got to kind of engage and hear what was happening in terms of, you know, what was happening to develop the world, and really fell in love with the thought of, you know, big business changing and including young people. Professionally, I actually work with creative students and helping them put social impact and sustainability into their ideas. And also that's when I saw the need to skill young people for the creative industries, not technically, but I guess employment skills for the creative industries, because it just covers all sectors. You're able to include all kinds of different people, and which is,
yep.
We actually met on a creative set.
one funny thing actually, we filmed us meeting, but I can't release that vlog for quite a while, so in a few months time you'll see us meeting, and I say in that vlog clip, oh, Vicky and I might do something in the future. Well, it's now 6 months later nearly, and you know, we're doing stuff. But yeah, this video I just wanted to talk about employment, but we're going to change it around a bit, and Vicky's going to interview me about my work experiences.
Definitely. As I said, the creative entrepreneurship program is really important to include various different kinds of people.
We may have had a slight change in angle. My mum rang me.
When I met Connor, I was so intrigued with obviously some of his work and his perspective and how the workforce is really looking, if they are looking, and in being a bit more inclusive. Because
that's something in the past I've had bad experiences with.
Tell me about some of your experiences in employment.
So I think the best place to start is actually when I was in school and thinking about what am I going to do for a job. Because when everyone got into like year 11 and it was the summer holidays, everyone was going to get their little jobs. I couldn't get the concept of that. People will know I'm funny with clothing. I won't wear anything with logos on. That eliminated so many jobs for me. I was like, I can't go and work in like an Asda or something because I'll have to wear something that... I was trying to work on my own self-employed career. I was developing apps, but that didn't work out. So I did have to go and get myself a proper job. And the first job I ended up in was in a council building, where it was just my dad's friend had managed to get me this job. I was just going to be a finance assistant. Assistant meant like photocopying and scanning. So it wasn't the most engaging thing, but I'm quite good at repetitive tasks anyway. And then I went into another job a few months later where I was in an office, a small office with about 7 people, and we provisioned phones and tablets to be used for medical devices. And again, that's the same kind of thing, a production line of just repeating the same tasks, which I was really good at.
I mean, like, that's really interesting. I want to touch on that because what I do understand about autism is that a lot of autistic people are really good at something specific. Yeah. Which is a really good thing, like, depending on how
depending on what it's applied to.
Yeah, exactly. But just tell me some of the difficulties you went through in those jobs.
The council building, it was an open plan floor, so about 1,000 people on each floor, all with keyboards typing away, and it was that times 6, and it was all open through the middle, so 6,000 keyboards typing away. They also had a red wall, which did my head in. They kept moving my desk, saying, oh no, you need to go and sit over there today. Couldn't cope with that, providing no logical reason. I didn't actually know I did have the you know, the inkling I was autistic, but I didn't know officially, so I didn't know as much about it. That was what led to me leaving, actually. They noticed that I spent a lot of time in the toilet having meltdowns, which I didn't even know that was what it was then. And yeah, they asked me to leave after 10 days.
But you would have stayed if they didn't?
Well, I don't think I would have been able to. I don't think I would have coped, because I was coming home every single day just, oh my god, what have I been through? Is this what it's like for everyone? Yeah. Like, why am I getting so drained by this, and then everyone else is fine the next day?
What was signalling to you?
Because everyone else just got on with it. I literally had to leave my desk every so often and just go and sit in the loo, cry, whatever meltdown happened. And I had to do that like a good few times a day. All the overstimulation, I didn't realise that no one else was experiencing it.
So everything was just amplified.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, especially in that massive building.
It's interesting that you said that, you know, the colour red. Like, if I didn't speak to you the other day, I was actually going to put on a red jumper.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, let me change it up. And
Yeah,
I think
I can cope with red clothing. It's like when red's everywhere, it's a very overwhelming colour.
that's what was really exciting about meeting you and using fashion again. Because think about it, like when I did my research, it's something like 60% of employers don't hire people with Asperger's because they just feel uncomfortable in knowing how to manage them, or you know, when they're having meltdowns, or you know, understanding how they're feeling. And I was like,
Yeah, exactly.
we just need to communicate this. So I'm really excited for what we've been working on.
Yeah.
You know, something tangible that's able to communicate to the rest of the world.
Which
Yeah.
I think is really interesting, because with the second job, it wasn't so much about the overstimulation, because I was in a small office. With that, it was more about how I was dealt with as a person, and
Right.
the kind of management around it,
Okay.
and how it could have been approached differently. And I actually got diagnosed while I was at that job, so certain things were put in place when I was diagnosed, which was kind of followed by the, oh, what do we do for an autistic person? Not what do we do for Connor, following
So
the
it's
standard
all kind of
procedure.
Grouped in one.
Yeah, not realising that the spectrum's this big and that everyone has different needs. Because all I needed to do, like the quick fix, would be to work less hours. Because what would happen, I'd start working 8:30, 9 o'clock, and by 2:45 I was dead. Like I was brain dead, which 2:45 was the time I finished school. So I reckon I've just never got out of that. I have
The
now,
routine, okay.
but yeah, in an official environment, that's what happens. 8:30 till 2:45, my brain's gone.
I feel like when I've been speaking to you, some of the things that you've been saying is really relatable to everyone.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. This is what I always say about the autistic spectrum. It's so big and there's so many human traits on it that it's really easy to relate to. So people should be able to understand it from certain aspects.
And I think when you said how everyone treated you all the same, what do you think, or how do you think, I guess, employers should really approach this?
Just look at the person, and
Right.
yes, they should have a background knowledge about autism just so they know the technicalities of it, and then work with each employee as an individual employee and go, right, okay, what are your specific needs? What do you think will help you so we can get the best out of you? Because that's the thing, I was the most efficient at programming tablets. You know, I was the most efficient. I had the lowest error rating.
This is what's so baffling, how the workforce can not understand why it's so beneficial to integrate a route to employment for people with autism.
I'm quite a loyal person, but then again, like with that second job, I was forced into the point where I had to leave. They just weren't able to make the changes that would have helped me. Like apparently me getting tired at 2:45 was nothing to do with being autistic. To which I was like, my brain's doing so much more than you. I don't get how you can't see that, but yeah.
Okay, so this is a challenge for me. The creative industries is completely out. No routine at all.
The day we met, actually, I keep realising my face goes white. Apologies about that throughout the video. The day we met, I only found out I was going to that shoot at 6 p.m. the night before.
Oh wow, how was that?
Adrenaline, I think, was the first thing, because like normally whenever I go to London, I like to plan a long time in advance. Luckily over time it's getting a lot easier to just go to London because I'm a lot more comfortable with being here. But yeah, the creative industry, I've had many things where it's just like, right, okay, you need to do this now.
It happens like that.
And that's the thing. I think if you love it and you're enjoying it, I think it's a lot easier to deal with. Like if you said to me, oh, I need you to do something tomorrow, and you're not going to enjoy it, I would find that a lot harder. If I know what I'm doing and I know I'm good at what I'm doing, I'm kind of fine about, it's a lot easier.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
How could I guess, communicate that through my program? I know it's hard because no one's the same, but like in a way that it's like preparing them for that kind of just constant versatility, and how to help them look at it as fun.
Yeah, well, it's about, like, obviously you're going to find the things fun that you're good at, because you're good at them.
So identify what you're good at, which is always
identify what you're good at, and then how you can do that to the best of your ability. And if doing that to the best of your ability means being at a different place in the country the next day with 0 warning, that's what it will take. But as long as you know what you're going to get out of it, that's quite an important thing, to know what physically, what's the logic behind you doing it, what's the reasoning and all that. And once you've got all that sorted, it's a lot easier to understand.
This is why I feel also digitally it could work really well, because then again, you don't have to go to the other side of the country if you're technically skilled, and you can do things remotely.
Exactly. Yeah. Like the things I've been talking about have been mostly like YouTube-y type things. But yeah, a lot of things nowadays, you don't have to be in a physical location. A lot of the work I do, actually, I could do from anywhere. In
terms of in the community of people that you know, are there many creatives?
I know a lot of autistic people that are creative. I tend to find
they're sick creatives, as in like
amazing. There really is a misconception out there that autistic people aren't creative. It's quite a big misconception. I think it's a personal thing. I think
all creativity
I think it just comes down to autism being one of those things which makes you view the world differently. What comes out of the creativity may just be slightly different to what neurotypical people create.
But that's the whole point.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of creativity.
Creativity is the only thing that cannot be robots can't manufacture. And it cannot be duplicated. So that's why I feel like, so I'm really shocked to hear that there's a preconception that autistic people are not creative, because I would be fascinated to see what visually comes out of creative. So let me ask you, Connor, how did you find a way to provide for yourself?
After I'd left that job, obviously you all know the story of just what happened. I made a YouTube video, it got seen by a lot of people, and then I've gone down this route where a lot of opportunities from different angles have fallen into my place. So whether that's public speaking, the stuff I'm doing, like possibly going into consulting.
You definitely need to go and consult for some organisations.
Like auditing and stuff like that. That's kind of the direction I'm heading in at the moment. But I'm very lucky in the fact that like I've just built up this own self-employed career for me. Like even YouTube provides some self-employment opportunities. Had that job been perfect conditions for me, I would probably still be there now, and I would have been loving it, because there were aspects of the job I loved. It's just it was not balanced with the struggles I had.
Yeah, everything for a reason. Oh, thank you so much, Connor.
Well, thank you for being on my channel.
I'm really excited for your future and seeing all the stuff that's coming out.
And that's the thing, this won't be the last you see of Vicky. Vicky's got big things going on, some of which I'm involved with, and you'll hear about them. Might be able to really help some people watching this once they come out in the future. Oh yeah, definitely. This is why I need you, and this is why the world needs Connor to come and help, so that I can make sure that it's not. I don't want to do what everybody else has been doing. This platform is for, my program is for everybody, you know? I think everybody has a purpose. So what social media do you want to plug? I'm terrible on social media, but I have an Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn, everything's at Vicky Ngari, Ngari. I'll put it on screen.
Oh yeah, put it on the screen.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and in the comments below let me know about your employment history, and what the struggles you've had in work, and the struggles, the things you found good about work. Maybe they've made some adaptations for you which have really helped, all of which will be extremely useful in the comments. Obviously I'll be replying. I'll send them all over to Vicky, because it'll all be very useful information to help towards changing everything.
Yes, please comment. Yes. Don't be shy.
So write a whole essay if you feel the need to. I know some of you are quite good at doing that anyway, but yeah, this is probably the best one to write as most. Maybe you're still in school and you've not actually thought about going into the job, so talk about what are your worries about it. If there's any employers, organisations, brands that want to collaborate with us, with Connor, please get in touch with Connor. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Bye.